All right. Welcome to Chewing the Fat podcast show where we talk about everything and nothing and all in between. We like to deep dive into some heavy discussions and some fun, goofy discussions. So you can expect a mix of fun. Per usual, we got my co-host Gregory.
Yo!
And then D to the T is
What
here. He's got
up?
his stuff worked out from last week, so we got him on video and audio. So you get to see that beautiful face live on the interwebs.
And
what?
And we have all
Oh yeah, we're all
decided
having a nice adult beverage.
to
Adult beverage.
indulge.
Nice
I got this,
do the fat
this
over.
glass, this fun glass.
Birthday.
Oh wow.
Because it's my birthday. It's really a
Nice.
Sweetwater, if you ever heard of that.
That's a good
Sweetwater.
one.
They're a good beer.
We don't have any affiliation, but if they wanna,
If they're watching, if they
throw
come across it, you
Yeah.
know, have it at it.
they can.
I'll drink
But
your beer.
Inside there is this. Also
Ooh.
not
got rid
a
of my phone.
sponsor, but it would be nice if they were.
That would be cool. I figured we had to talk about it because I know Laura's been coming at me. She may come on later. We'll see. But like everything going on in the world, Iran, Epstein, now there's Lindsey Graham saying some crazy stuff. The Pete Hestjidge or whatever you say his name.
Pete,
He just spent something like $90 million on lobster and
Chich.
steak. So there's
This is
just
the Trump
like I
thing.
pulled it up here. Oh yeah, how do you say his name?
Peter Chich.
What?
Hagsworth?
Yeah, maybe.
Is a whole different person.
Yeah. So I pulled up just some articles
Pete
up here.
That guy that
Yeah.
Trump would do. Pete Peter Chich.
So let's see what we got over here. Pentagon probes. Yeah. Did you guys hear about that? That supposedly the U.S. hit a school in Iran,
Yeah, I did.
killing a few
Yeah,
people. Like,
sadly.
yeah, like, and they say this one says a formal investigation. I think further down, they say that it was due to old intel or something like that. This is concerning, and it's the Wall Street Journal, so it's behind a paywall. So I'll see if I can find it elsewhere. Iran has been laying mines in that Strait of Hormuz.
No.
And that's where all the oil's coming out of. That's like a big shipping strait.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning to you yesterday.
Yeah.
That if they mess with that strait, that he said we're going to be raining down hellfire.
Yeah. That's wild. Like, oh, then Laura told me this today, Los Angeles Times, that there was like this came out with places that they would attack in California, that they're going to drone attack California because even Iranians don't like California. You know, they're like, Newsom, we got to get him out of there.
Oh, I hope that's not the case.
Even Californians don't like California.
Yeah. What if that's like, what would you think if like a foreign country went in? That's like sort of like what's going on in the world right now. What if a foreign country like Britain came into the United States and like took out a governor because they're like, oh, well, he's going to be doing something. You'd be like, what the hell?
Right.
We don't like what he's doing to his own people.
Oh, this I just saw today. The
But
NBC News, the severe weather. So there's a tornado. What is that? I just knew that we were having some severe weather, but nothing else is getting coverage.
Yeah, there was a tornado warning earlier south of me.
Oh, wow. Severe weather threat lingers for parts of the U.S. after deadly tornadoes tear across Midwest.
Oh, read
I
it.
didn't hear-
Go back up. Scroll up.
The risk of tornadoes and severe weather have shifted eastward into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic after multiple apparent tornadoes swept through Illinois and Indiana on Tuesday.
Crazy.
Hours after deadly storms ripped through Midwest, causing extensive damage in Illinois and Indiana, a severe weather risk took hold over Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic and across the northern Gulf Coast on Wednesday. A few tornadoes will be possible across these areas, along with damaging wind gusts. A few storms producing large hail are also possible within the northern storms, the National Weather Service said on X.
Yeah, we had a downpour like crazy, maybe like an hour ago.
Oh wow!
And the radar said it was going to be clear.
That's what I mean. It says that here in Florida, it says, we're going to be clear and sunny, and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. it rains for about 10 minutes, and then that's it. But every day, sunshine, or also it puts like a chance of rain like 10%. Every day is chance of rain 10%.
That's one thing I tell people about Florida when they're like, "You used to live there, why'd you move?" And I said, well, there's a lot of things people don't know, and it's always humid. You got to worry about hurricanes every year, and every day it's going to rain sometime during the day. In a 24-hour period, it will rain one, at least.
Yeah. And
if it could be when you're asleep, that's the nice rain. Then it's like, all day it didn't rain. Well, it did. You just were asleep.
Yeah. Right. Like you and I talked about people moving, and when you move, like, we're moving to Florida. Well, there's hurricanes, first thing, and then every time you say it, the excuses get more pitiful for like, there's alligators, the traffic's bad, you'll have to change your address. Like,
yeah. You'll
need a new driver's license. Like,
you're gonna have to get a new pair of sunglasses. Oh God, I can't move.
Yeah, it's like
what?
Oh, that's the thing I can't do. See, I didn't see this. This is BBC. Now, I'm sure you both heard about some biblical things happening. So we have tornadoes. There's a volcano fragments rain down on Hawaii. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one.
Kileo.
Yeah.
Kileo.
Oh, she's not happy.
Meatloaf. I don't know what she's doing back there.
I never know what she's doing. Mom, meatloaf, we want it.
We want it now.
Oh my, the meatloaf. Well, Laura,
now.
She's missed Laura all day, so she missed her. But yeah, so there's a volcanic fragment. Canada.
Yeah, you said she pissed off. You pissed off Lori.
Oh yeah,
just went Canadian on us.
Yeah,
you just traveled to Canada for a sec.
Hey, the Global Survey reported.
Well, we do have Dave Thomas on.
We do
from Strange Brew.
First time in my life, I made a phone call and she asked what my name was because she had a famous first and last name, but she wasn't the celebrity. And I was like, all my life I got that too. My name's Dave Thomas, and she's like, "Oh, like the actor."
Oh wow, not like Wendy's.
First time in my life. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had a good chat about that, and we laughed. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's all that going on. Iran. Dave? You were talking. Let's pull this down. You were talking the other day about stuff going on. The Strait. You knew some stuff on that being blocked. What do you guys think of this Iranian-Israel conflict? What do you think about it? Go DT.
I don't like any of this as far as America first. Like, if that's something that you're going to be running the presidency on, you say what you say and then you act accordingly. So, which he kind of did in his first year. Now we're going into almost his second year here, and he said no wars, only peace, and then we're enacting a war. So first and foremost on that, I don't like it. Why are we at war? Maybe there's bigger reasons. It doesn't seem like they were posing a threat. They didn't really come out with videos saying they were going to attack us and you should watch out. But I guess when another entity, another country starts having nuclear power and then threatening that they're going to be building those up and they're not a part of NATO or the treaty, which says if you do have nuclear source, you're supposed to basically tell the world.
Yeah.
And they're not doing any of that. So yeah, I'm not happy about it.
I'm not either.
I hope everybody's going to be safe. I don't want any death.
Yeah, I think we're already at there's 7. They just announced 7 names or 7. I've heard theories like the thing at the top of the screen says all this is alleged, opinion, speculatory. We're not a news organization. We don't. But I heard that it was 7, and there's murmurs on the internet that number is deliberately made smaller.
Skewed.
That it's large. Yeah, it's larger than that number. But a lot of people say that if there was a large enough number, soldiers' families would be coming out because you can't stop everybody. If it's a double-digit number, or if they're saying 7, but it's 10, 15, that you probably could keep quiet. But if it's any more than that, somebody's gonna be like, listen, they want it. Somebody's gonna post.
Yeah,
to get out there, and then it's gonna get spread. And then once that is, you can't. That's the beautiful thing about internet and information is that, and I guess that's like a double-edged sword, is that once it's out there, it's spread and out there. You can't bring it back. So if it's good information, it's good. If it's bad information or intentional deception, then it's not good.
Not good.
Well, you're a service member, Grigori. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, wars make money. And it's been done in the past. Wag the dog. Get ourselves involved. But then what does that do? Economy, it starts booming, and they got all these organizations and places just strumming up business and making money on war efforts and this and that and everything. So, it's not good. It's just not good. And yeah, as a service member, I have to be, and I am, ready to, do my duty as what I swore to do, but it does not look good for not going to war. It's lining up. It's lining up. Everything is lining up for war. It's just,
you think it's going to be another
history repeats itself, and these signs and clues and things are there.
Do you think it's going to be another Iraq, another Afghanistan, where we're over there indefinitely?
Yeah, it could be.
Because I've heard murmurs of boots on the ground over there, and I guess the big uproar is what's her name, Carolyn, was asked about a draft, straight up, and she just a classic politician. I don't know why people are really surprised. She skirted around the question,
always.
She's the press secretary. I'm not supposed to, nothing definitive, nothing yes or no. It's all roundabout answers.
Yeah, we will just come out with the direct stuff. But if you ask a question, it's going to be a political answer.
Well, Grigori, we're just, we're weighing our options, and we're not making anything solid right now. Next question. Just, there you go.
Or some of them, when I was a little girl, I would. Wait,
those
what?
are the Joe
are we going into
Biden
history?
answers.
and
Joe Biden back
Kamala.
in Scranton, PA. Pops would, my pop. Dana Carvey does a great impression of Joe Biden. I actually am like America only. Like, how there is like America first, America only. I'm at the point where I'm like the United States only. Like, pull everybody out from everywhere. Just geo commerce. That's what I would do. Like, okay, keep trade. I'll trade with all the countries, but military aid, money, all that stuff's done. Get them all back home. And just, hey, we'll help you if there's like genocide or stuff like that. Like,
I agree with Gregory. You're being a little boring.
Who is?
I just yawned.
He was yawning. So
I was
like, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No, America first. That's exactly. I mean, that's exactly where I am. I'm sworn to be that.
Oh yeah.
So I don't. But it's my leadership, my higher leadership that are sending us. It's like, no, I'm not. No, stop it.
Here's a question, a military question. Did you get the definition of like treason when you're sworn in or through your training?
They talk. Yeah, they definitely talk about it.
Because I'm, for me, there's a lot of politicians that are in a lot of support, big support. Let's just say in our previous, 65% of our Congress is paid for by a foreign country.
Are receiving additional monies.
Yes. So what is the definition?
To the tune of millions. It's purposefully putting America in harm's way with information, with a deal or anything like a deal, really. Like, you're doing a deal that would jeopardize or give them the upper hand.
Okay.
So if you share information that would be detrimental to our armed forces, then that would be treason. For the purpose too, I mean, even if you did that alone, even if your purpose was just, they're going to pay me for this information, I just want money for my family, it's still treason because it hurts the whole of USA.
Yeah.
So simply, it's hurting the USA.
Doing anything to hurt the USA.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Because I'm going to share this.
So you got the definition?
I did. And to me, in my opinion, how I feel is a lot of current politicians are guilty of this. Treason in the U.S. is the only crime defined in the Constitution. Ooh, I did not know that. Strictly limited to levying war against the U.S. or adhering to, providing aid and comfort to its enemies. It requires 2 witnesses to overt act or a confession. So there's definition: treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. That's the main goal. That's the main thing that sticks out to me, because we're giving aid and comfort. A lot of people, like, there was a bill that came out just recently, or while the Epstein smish was in the news, that we gave another $4 billion to Israel. Billion.
That's what I mean by the that it hurts the U.S. If you're aid and giving comfort to the enemy, then you're keeping their fighting force.
Ally, so
you're helping their fighting force instead of what the war, we went to war and we're defeating them. And then you're like, oh, like a respawn, respawning the enemy. Right. Here's another, I pulled up a definition as well, and this is from Oxford.
Ooh,
the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. And then the action of betraying someone or something, plural, treasons.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the way these, like,
treachery.
I've heard Laura's been watching a lot of stuff more than I've been watching. And, like, these people and their pom-poms for, like, there's been a split now, like a huge rift in the MAGA movement. You could just say it's pro-war MAGA and anti-war MAGA, and they're like fighting. There's infighting now, like even with like the podcasters and the anchors, and there's really only two voices that have been, and they get criticized all the time for being anti-Semitic. Is Tucker Carlson is against this war, and there was another one he was the big one that we just watched, but there's a few others that are, and they're was it Megyn Kelly? Somebody else. Don't quote me on the Megyn Kelly. But I know for sure Tucker was like, what are we doing? Like, let's start with Gregory. Or no, Gregory just got a question. Let's go to DT. Do you think Russia and China are going to get involved? Do you think? What do you think about it? Is there going to be a World War III?
Well, like again, with that strait, it's a big
shipping lane.
Yeah, for most of that side of the world, like specifically for oil. So, who has interest in that side of the world, oil, and retaining most of that is China and Russia. And I believe there were threats, basically China saying something about Taiwan.
Oh, yeah. I did hear about that.
Kind of doing what Russia did with Crimea and kind of taking over this little thing. I'm going to feel, if they feel like that the United States is doing something on the best interest for just the United States. The reason why we went into Iran was for the best interest of the United States, not the world. That's the only way that I think, these other countries get involved. I think we have a good relationship with Russia, but then again, you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We kind of severed ties with the last 8 years of that relationship. It's kind of been, not so good. And that Ukraine stuff is still going on.
Yeah. That's what.
So if it's over and then you're doing your job, then I can understand what you're saying. But, now we're getting involved over in Iran. That stuff's going on. We didn't even mitigate anything over there. A ceasefire for 30 days, and then we're back at it. So,
yeah,
I really feel like this is...
You're talking about Ukraine?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Because do you know who broke the ceasefire? Israel broke the ceasefire.
Yeah, Israel did. Yeah.
I think this is my. I mean, Russia's going to stay out of it as long as they possibly can, as long as it's not hurting them. Because that's what I said on a previous show. I think we've been hoodwinked. I think Russia is probably the most akin to us structurally and people-wise. And when you listen to these interviews with Putin, and he doesn't seem like the dictator that everybody made him out to be. And I think Tucker went to Russia, was taking videos, and it's not what we think. So I think he's going to stay out as long. I heard, and I got it pulled up, but there's nothing really. I heard that China is going to go into Taiwan 2027. While this is, so I would imagine that this is going, just because they're going in 2027. Why would they wait till 2027 because the U.S. is still going to be fucking around with Iran in 2027, and they're like, oh, and so allegedly we're already down munitions. Like, I think there was a story Trump called people like Lockheed Martin and military like
suppliers.
Suppliers and manufacturers to amp up production. So like we're already, because we've given a bunch of resources to Ukraine, and before we had Biden in office, and before Biden, well, it was Trump again, but we had Biden in for the last 4 years giving Iran aid. So all our munitions went out to other countries. So
this is true. I mean, speculatorily true.
Yeah.
This is
alleged. Yeah.
But there's definitely evidence to point that direction. As I said, it's all lining up. Let's do this thing again. You know, it's all the
dominoes.
The dominoes, man. Damn dominoes. I brought up something. Oh, I didn't share my screen. Duh. Yeah. Let me share my screen.
They also, so that's, I think this is my prediction, is Iran just got a new leader now. And he said he was talking about de-escalating. I think, and this is a little far-fetched, so this is how I feel, that everything's gonna mellow down, and Israel, and this is interesting. So from what I heard, an alleged Israel has never agreed to the nuclear weapons agreement. They never agreed to it. They never agreed for being searched or, having them by the UN or all that stuff. Never agreed.
Or NATO. Yep.
Or NATO. Yeah. So they've never agreed to any kind of nuclear inspections, anything. So I think what's going to happen is I think Israel is going to use a nuclear weapon on Iran, or they've been attacking Lebanon as well. And because they have so much support on our side, people are going to justify using it. And then somebody's going to retaliate. And then this is what they're doing to be like, we can't do this again. Here comes the new system.
Then we move in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my prediction, because every time, like, it's been like 2 or 3 times they're like, okay, we have a ceasefire, we're making a deal, and then Israel strikes. Like, they started.
I don't see them doing any nuclear things.
I hope not. I really do hope not.
I really hope.
Because if that does happen, then, the lids kind of lift off on, them feeling.
They showed their cards. Yeah.
Exactly. How they've been feeling the whole time we've been serving them and helping them and aid them as a country that, for $5 billion a year for the last 30 years, you still can't thrive.
No, that's what I mean. I don't.
You're kind of showing your cards when you do something like that. I don't think that would be a thing. That's a little too much.
We only
they
know
like
what
that $5 billion.
Yeah, we only know what we're shown. So, like Tucker said, that there's nothing been new in Israel, that it looks like a dump or whatever. Who knows? We don't. I mean, we only know what we're shown. So,
true.
That money's going somewhere. They say they got universal health care. Then again, like, Israel is the size of like one of our states. So doing that on a state level is much easier than on a national level. But I don't know. It's not looking good. And it's and then I watched Sean Ryan with Father Chad Rippinger. And I started watching little clips of Sean Ryan with Wes Huff, with Father Chad Ribinger is like an exorcist priest from Denver, talking about what's going on. Like, do you think it's end times? Because there's certain things that are going on, like, and he's like, well, where the Father Ribinger said that we do have sort of the things in line for the biblical end of the end times. That's the Christian end. But then there's the Muslim end, Islamic end, that has a similar story, that it's all converging on Israel and Jerusalem and the Temple of the Mount. Like, it's wild. I just watched a video that, like, there's like what am I guess like catacombs, but there's buildings and tunnels underneath the Temple Mount, like the pyramids. Like, there's chambers, there's tunnels, and they're mapping and stuff like that. And they went into one chamber that was like marked that, like, you only can be, like, if you have to be the high priest to go in here. And supposedly there was like they had like a rope on somebody's leg in case they went through there, they could pull them back out without. It's an interesting. I'll have to put it in the comments, the video. It's pretty wild. Because that's been that's been a hot spot. I just watched Kingdom of Heaven, which is Ridley Scott too, which I didn't remember that, because I just watched The Gladiator. That, like, this has been a contested area for thousands of years, whatever, from 11 something AD. Even before that, I think the first Crusades, like, there's just so much history on top of history. Like, the Christians came into Jerusalem, took the Holy Land. The Muslims came over and got it. And then the Christians, and then for like 100 years went by, the Christians had it. Then the Muslims took it back. So there's like temples built on temples. It's interesting stuff.
But I just heard that this Israel is not the Israel in the Bible.
No. That is a big
misconception.
Yeah. The Israel government is not in the Bible.
Right.
The people of Israel, that's what we said. I've said it on a previous show.
Yeah.
The region has biblical significance. The people may have biblical lineage, but the government, the state of Israel, doesn't.
Yeah. No.
And that's another, what it just came out. Well, supposedly I heard, I was watching some YouTube, and that the Israelites claim that they're the chosen people, but supposedly they're not, because they've gone away from God. And that's like, there is actual, like, Orthodox, legit Jewish faith people that are like, no, we're not taking it. It's not ours. The land that we get is given to us by God. So not by the United States, not by, the UK. It's given to us by God. So that's the whole huge thing, is that, all Jewish people are Zionists. No, there's non-Jewish Zionists, and there's
we did that last. Was that last episode?
A couple episodes, two back, I think.
Two back, yeah. Well, my days are running into each other.
There's Jewish Zionists, and then there's non-Jewish Zionists, and then there's non-Zionist Jews. It's crazy. Dave, what do you think?
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh no, well, Dave, go. You've been silent for a little while. What are your thoughts?
The facts are facts at this point. Like, you can kind of put the pieces together. I think everybody's kind of like, the obvious things are happening. It's when it's in your face now, and they're just doing it purposefully. It's kind of hard to refute evidence and, like, I don't know, things that kind of like walk back statements that you stand proud on, but you do the exact opposite in your actions.
Yeah.
So where does your loyalty lie? Why do I have to serve you? Why do I have to aid you when you are acting differently as, what is said that you are? I don't know. There's a lot to go with that. I mean, that's a touchy subject for anybody to get on. That's why politicians don't even discuss that, honestly, because they want to keep their seat.
Yeah, we can't discuss it, because if you automatically show any kind of criticism, you're anti-Semite.
Sure. That's the start of it, and that's just the first.
That's the only group. Yeah, that's the only group, I think, my opinion, alleged, that's the only group like that. So if you say, if there's a black CEO and you're like, oh, he's running the company into the ground, they don't say, hey, you're a racist.
Right.
Or anything, German, or anybody.
You're a Nazi, yeah.
Yeah, you're running things into the ground. Well, what do you say there? Are you anti-German? Or, that's the only thing. You can't criticize that group of people in anything. Hey, those are, those shoes don't really, they don't work for you. You're an anti-Semite. What
anti-Semite?
But
what? Yeah.
Yep. You guys. So what were you going to say, Greg?
Oh, I brought up this thing just to share with like the stuff. So
I'll be right back. 3
points of power. The way they take over and figure it out. And this is by Stephen Lukes. But decision making, the first point, decision making power. First, the first dimension, the most visible direct form of power. It involves the ability of one party to influence another to do something they would not otherwise do, often observable in decision-making processes, debates, and open conflict. And then the second one, agenda setting power, second dimension. A more covert form of power, often referred to as non-decision making. It involves the ability to control the agenda, preventing certain issues from being discussed or limiting the scope of debate to protect the status quo. Dave Thomas, have you ever seen that second one? Noticed it? Can think of a time ever?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's been going on for the last probably, I would say, 7 years now.
This is
that's more current.
This is the way that news is not the news anymore. This is agenda setting power. They tell you what you need to know, and that's it. And then if you question it, what are you labeled? You're labeled a kook or a conspiracist or whatever. If you're paying attention, everyone else, you become the sheep. And this is how they herd the sheep, is just using agenda setting power. So it involves the ability to control the agenda, preventing certain issues from being discussed or limiting the scope of debate to protect the status quo.
Oh, yeah.
So they just don't share the other side of it. They just share the side they want to agendize. Ideological preferences shaping power, the third dimension. The most subtle of pervasive form of power. It involves influencing, shaping, and determining the very desires, preferences, and thoughts of others, often making them accept their role or status without questioning it. So, I've had this up for a while. We were talking about the different structures and powers and things,
yeah.
Israel and Iran, but this is how they get us to allegedly toe the line and be part and agree. Like we in that Zion one, we showed videos or read stuff about the different people. Oh, I'm a Zionist. Oh, I'm a Zionist. Here on American soil, you're trying to say you're a Zionist. Like,
yeah.
And then realizing we did the definitions, how they're not even understanding what they're aligning themselves with. And you have all those pictures of everybody touching the wall.
Yeah. You
can take it down. That's
the gist of it. That's the 3 points of power, yeah.
And as I asked Dave, that second one,
he undid a law that you can use propaganda on American citizens. That's allegedly, well, I'm just saying allegedly, try it, make sure we don't get taken down, but you can look it up, that he overturned a law from it was 1947 or 48, and they overturned it so that they can use propaganda.
Speculate?
Oh yeah, we can use, pull it up, Greg.
I got it.
You got it. So what else? Speaking of that, who is J.D. Vance's deputy press secretary? I don't know. J.D. Vance, press deputy. If I can spell deputy. Let's see. Buckley Carlson, son of conservative commentator Tucker Carlson. Very interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, see, right here.
All right, if you want to share my... Oh, go ahead. You do that one first.
There it is. Tucker Carlson's son, Buckley, is joining J.D. Vance's staff. Is now Vance's deputy communications director. Wow.
Mine has... Go ahead, Dave Thomas. Could you read that?
Ooh.
Biden administration has heavily utilized executive orders and regulatory changes to reverse Trump-era policies, focusing on climate, immigration, civil rights. Key changes include implementing new Title IX protections, expanding LGBTQ plus rights, reversing immigration restrictions, including halting border wall, and strengthening ACA Section 1557 to prohibit discrimination based on gender identity and sexual orientation.
Well, we don't have to read all these, but let's see. Immigration, education, healthcare, labor, gun control, student loans, international. I don't see where the agenda was. On the other one, there was a when I didn't, let me take this back real quick. When I put it in like this, it says Pennsylvania amended advance notice meeting agendas, however, December 2025. So that's why we say alleged and speculatory, because maybe it didn't really change anything. And agenda, that's the wrong word. No wonder. We're talking about it when I typed it in, it changed it. Autocorrect. It's
I'm
propaganda.
I'm looking at it. It's the Smith-Mundt Act is what it's called. And I'm on Wikipedia, which you shouldn't use as a source. It's not accepted as a lot of sourcing, but I'm just seeing it. If it shows,
you want to put yours up?
I'm just skimming. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm just see if I could find where it was. Recent interpretations. I was just checking out, but yeah, so supposedly he did that. Oh no. So while his dad asks tough questions, his son can help the VP how to handle the blowback. Interesting. That is definitely interesting, for sure. But yeah, some facts about the Smith. History of Propaganda, Norwich University. This is. I can't find it right now, but.
Well, here we got this. Let's see if this is it. Key changes to the law. The original law. This is 2013.
Modernization. What does it say? 2013 changed, removed this restriction.
Down here.
Along.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it right there. 2013 modernization. The 2013 change removed the restrictions allowing the U.S. government to formally distribute content intended for foreign audiences within the United States.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Oh, here we go. No, the change remains controversial, leading to ongoing efforts to reverse it. The No Propaganda Act 2025, recent legislation proposals such as the No Propaganda Act, introduced in February 2025, aim to prohibit federal funds from being used to create or disseminate propaganda to Americans and to restore the ban on domestic dissemination. All right. Well, hopefully that goes through, but
right.
They'll just find some other way to do it. Like I said, in those 3 points of powers.
Yeah.
And
I mean, with social media that, the act may be, we can't do that stuff through official channels like the news and paper print, but they can do it on social media because the law wasn't intended for or wasn't written around when social media existed. So it's outside of the purview of that, statute.
The scope.
Yeah.
Outside that scope. Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't include social media. So here, which there was a documentary.
Which they were doing to win the election and push the needle one way or the other.
Yeah. There was a documentary. What was it called? The Social Experiment or something like that on Netflix, that they had a huge campaign. It wasn't here, but in a different country. It was like Thailand, like over by Thailand, because they knew they sent propaganda for these Thai kids not to vote because they knew that the Indian kids, the new voters, their parents would make them go vote. So they sent a don't vote campaign to these people, and it started like an actual physical movement and ended up sweeping the election. The whatever candidate they wanted, sweep it. Yeah. The other way.
Yep. That's why I said it's been going on for years. For a long, long time. Just give the information that paints the picture. Paint your tapestry. And then that's all they see. And that's all they know.
Yeah, for sure. I think so, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this juncture, I think it's more like they're going to do whatever they want to do, and they're going to be like, so what? What are you going to do about it? I mean, I mean, look at what's been displayed in the Epstein files, and there's not people on the streets. People are still going about their days. Like, it hasn't disturbed anybody or any group of people enough to go protest. But God forbid you take out a leader, thousands of miles away, Then people protest. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
The whole free Gaza thing.
Like where are we headed? As like, that's like the whole show, title is where are we headed? Like, there's just so much going on right now. You can't keep up with it.
That's kind of what they want, though, right? This is the wild rat race. Wild rat race. I'm going to give you a trail of stories that are more wilder and crazier than each of the other ones that I just released. So you can go down these rabbit holes to figure whatever you think you're going to figure out. And so we keep you at bay. And while you're doing that, I can go ahead and keep playing my game. I can go ahead and keep playing the way the real world is operating while you think it's like this. That's the disgusting part about all that. But again, I always go back to people. They're doing the separation of division here. It started with the class warfare during Clinton administration after he took over from Bush, and they tried to separate it from that class warfare. They try to do that, tried to eviscerate the middle class, try to say that there's that. Then they try to combine the lower class and the middle class. So now there's only two, but now there's only two when it comes to these two dynamic sides that are always at each other's odds, and there's no middle ground. And if you tote the line to try to come to the other agreement to find some common ground, you're labeled as somebody who's not with us. So if you voted for Trump,
exactly,
you want to find some meaningful discussion in how to bring the country together. We can't do that because it's either you're outside of what you represent and not us, and you're one of them, and it's not an American. You're not. There's no value there. There's all these values that they drummed up on our fathers about America and about the value about being an American. There's no core value of being an American now. They don't talk about that, and they took all of that away.
Everybody's so wishy-washy. Nobody stands.
Why do you think Trump had the largest numbers of younger voters ever in the last like 3 or 4 elections? Why do you think that is? Like, people need to start waking up. It's not I don't like your policy. I don't like this. It's more of like, you could say what you want, but when administrations after administrations are lying to you, the American public who voted, regardless if I didn't vote for Biden,
caught in lies
for Trump. Every politician lies. We know that, but you still sit there and you do nothing, and they're not being held accountable. They're still holding their chairs, and you're sitting there proudly to say that this is a person you want there. So there's a lot of more eye-opening that we have to do. Besides,
you reminded me. Yeah. Did you see? Speaking of how like they're just doing they're just doing what they want. Did you see that Congress had like a vote to release the sexual harassment misconduct of Congress, and they voted it down?
I did not see this.
And that reminds me of another thing. Yeah, so let me pull it up. Greg, pull it up.
Yeah, Greg,
what do you want me to pull up? Because I can do it, but is it a YouTube?
No.
Pull it up. I do have something I want to share. It's a video. But go ahead. Yours first.
March 2026, the House voted 357 to 65 to refer a resolution to the Ethics Committee, effectively killing a push by Representative Nancy Mace to publicly release records of sexual misconduct and harassment investigations involving members of Congress. The bipartisan vote keeps these records confidential. So they decided the people in Congress are being sexually engaging in sexual misconduct, so much that it has to be investigated. And when voted that we should know that as the public, like Dave said, as the public and the taxpayers, we should know that our representatives are acting outside of decorum for somebody that should be in Congress, they sealed it.
Of course.
So
it shouldn't even be a ability to do that.
No.
Right.
Everything that they do all the time should be public records to us, the American people.
They are. Yep. They are.
Unless it
voted and brought,
unless it gives locations of our soldiers to put them in jeopardy. That is
unless it is treasonous.
Treacherous.
Treacherous.
Unless it jeopardizes the safety of our not our assets, not our equipment, not our assets like
anything
oil
that has to do with our fighting force.
Not even our fight.
Even oil too, and
our people. If they blow up our equipment, I don't care. You can replace equipment, and if you replace equipment, it will boom the economy.
That's true. But that affects our fighting force, and then we're liable or not liable. We're
We'll just say what you said. If it jeopardizes our fighting force,
that kind of broad strokes it. But
that's the only thing that should be not public knowledge to us. Stephanie says we'll find out 10 years from now, like how the Epstein files were sealed for a decade. Yeah. When it's basically almost, we'll find out when the people that were engaging in whatever activity we find out about are too old to face trial.
Or when they need another misdirection, allegedly speculatorous.
Another misdirection, or whoever that they need, whoever they're trying to, expose has ran out their usefulness. And they're going to put somebody else in, or move. It happens at like corporations. Well, we're just changing the direction the company's going in. We're going to have to let you go. It's just like that, but the stakes are higher. When Big Brother's company lets you go, you get fired from the earth. It's just not this company. There was another thing that came out too. Oh, this is an interesting take, and Laura came up with it, and I was like, holy shit. What if this whole, the Saves Act with the voter ID, what if that's, and I talked to Dave about it briefly, what if that's the domino need to the fall for the United States to have the unified digital ID? I was like, how did I not think of this? Oh, we want ID for voters, which we do. Like it's something that we want. Yeah. Yes. But now you have to have a digital ID.
Right.
And then,
but that ID
first it's just for voting.
I'll be right back.
Chica.
I'll find you on a stream.
All right. I know he's seen this video before. So while we do that, I pulled up this
give me
video.
In trouble on the tube, or is it fine?
No, I don't think so. It's just America great, right? And then what we were talking about a moment ago, and you can see
the newsroom. That's a good one.
Yes. I was currently watching Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, yeah.
So let me close that. All right, here goes. I love this.
That's right. The sound won't go on it.
No, can you hear it?
No.
Oh wait, whoops. You can now.
No, I can't.
Can you hear it?
No.
Shoot. Hold on.
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Let me start this. Oh yeah, you could do it. Or could I send it to you? We should be able to send these things faster. I send it in the chat, right?
I think so. Maybe. Yeah.
Let me see something. Hold on. Yeah. Let me do this.
I have a chat. Let me show it on.
Let me go chat. You could take that away for a sec. Chat's over here.
Yeah.
Chat.
Private. But yeah, she brought that to my attention. I was like, how did I miss that? Because it sounds good. And we were talking about, and this is more on the spiritual.
Okay. See if you can pull it from there. This is the first time I've done this. We've tried to see. We're growing and learning, and heck yeah.
Yeah, I got it here.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I just click. I just have to right click it and open in a different window. See, that's I've been watching.
And then I can hear it too.
Yeah,
and Dave can hear it, and everybody can hear it. So
this
we'll
is
have
from
to
the
do
newsroom,
videos.
or it's Jeff Daniels from the newsroom.
We were talking about America Great and stuff.
Yeah, how great! Exceptionalism.
This is a good clip.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't hear it. Why can't I hear it?
You're killing me, Smalls.
I know, right?
You got to adjust your whatever you touched. Untouch it.
It's probably from before.
Untouch it.
Oh,
Try refreshing your browser.
No, go ahead and play it. I know what it says.
Okay, I could put captions on too. Look at that. Ooh. The rebel in the crowd.
This is great.
Ooh. Wow.
It's almost over.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's really good.
So what I did was I played mine that I could hear
Oh,
while
at
yours
the
was
same
playing
time?
and matched it up. Yeah, so I was hearing it exactly
Wow.
and looking this way instead of at my huge screen over here. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I have a
didn't know that
32-inch TV to my left, but So I wanted to do this. I thought of this earlier, and that Dave Thomas, or D to the Shizzy over here. He had technical difficulties last show, and it was the About Us. So now everybody can see him and hear him. And so, like, could you, Dave, do a biopsy of yourself? We got
biography, a
biopsy, like really dissect in there. No. And just like,
I mean, I thought I did that a little bit.
What makes you
last week?
Well, we couldn't see you, and it was all like, it wasn't as good as it could be from a DT.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to share. I pretty much said what I said last week, and I'm just going to repeat it, I guess, because there's not really much really to say. Like,
I guess it was knowing you and Q knowing you. It was shortened. Like it was you. Certainly, it wasn't somebody else.
Well, I don't want to.
It was like a shortened version.
I'm not going to give.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to give any more about myself to the strangers on the internet.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So I'll give what I want to give. If that's not fair enough, and you're requesting more, then
no, that's not what I meant. Like I just felt like, sorry, yeah, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm really big into music. I play music. I write. I like drawing. I try to keep the creative imagination side of my brain active. Just started up in a reading group with a few of my buddies. 2 of them are podcasters that we do. So try to keep that growing and never ending and never stopping. And then again, trying to always learn something that I don't know. And if I do know it, maybe I can relearn it a different way and find a better way of how to go about it. Now that I'm older, that perspective has kind of shined a new light into my ways a little bit more. People that I work with, and I'm in marketing, so they've noticed that kind of difference. I know people that are close to me that are in a small circle can see the difference in that kind of a way, in that aspect. I mean, I'm still me. There's still that person that kind of freaks out about certain aspects of my life, and I don't really have control and what's going on and how do I maintain. But at the same time, I know how to regulate a little bit better. I can ease that a little bit better. And it's growing pains. If it's not hurting, it ain't working. So if you're comfortable and you're doing the things you should be doing, and then you still feel stagnant, do something that's outside your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself, test yourself, get out there and do things that are not a part of the norm. I don't like the technology era that we're in. By the way, I will say this, the only part of technology I do like, and I really grew on, I just started with it when you asked the question. I'm really big into music. So what are we doing in the fall? Because they're releasing a new game that you can play.
Oh, I heard about that. They're revamping Guitar Hero.
So
that's fucking sweet.
So there's that too. And yeah, you probably shouldn't waste your time doing things like that. But music will always be a part of me. I will always grow into you send me anything, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I can find
we all have playlists with each other, but I don't think we don't have the 3 of us. Me and Greg have a playlist, and me and you, and I'm sure you and Greg have a playlist, but not. Oh no!
Well, ish.
It's too much. It's too much. No,
Ish.
I don't like bombarding. I don't like bombarding that guy.
Oh really?
It's too much.
He
does a lot.
No.
We
haven't added a song.
Ish by we have the Mark. That one that we got to get together.
Yeah.
That's why I said ish.
Oh,
here,
well,
I just got a notification on my phone. This is that the hackers, Iranian hackers, or pro-Iranian hacking group claims responsibility for a cyber attack on Stryker. You guys know what Stryker? Well, Greg should know what Stryker is. The medical technology company that they basically supply
surgical tools and medical.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I probably have some right here in the house because I have my gear here.
So I don't know what that's going to do. I mean,
all right, I'll shut up about me. Sorry.
No,
that was way too much.
Up.
Yeah, interrupt. Jeez.
Change the subject.
This just in. You didn't play the
I need that.
So it doesn't count. It's just rude. Yeah, it's just rude at this point, host.
You know, I had to pop it in.
Well,
there was a little law.
Now,
get it in. Now we have to make a playlist for Dave.
All right,
I'll make a.
Yeah.
Or Dave make a playlist because we're talking about Dave. It's all about Dave now. Dave make a playlist.
Do it.
Didn't even want any of this.
No. I was actually, as Dave knows me, Gregory. There's always a point, right? I always have a point. So I brought you in, and I definitely wanted to hear better, a more, your face to this person as the reason for last week's episode is like, hey, this is us, and this is what I want to share. I certainly left.
He's a real dude. He's not AI.
Yes, but that's great. You said that. Hold on. I got. Let me land the plane because it's funny. He just said AI because Dave has something to share. Now this time, Q pull it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that's why I wanted. This is the Dave.
Segue.
This is our buddy. He does these things, which brings us all joy.
I gotta switch. I gotta get on the.
Hopefully it plays. We didn't even try to test this out.
No, you should have had it on the ready. What the hell?
I had it on the ready. I sent it to him. So
not you. The guy we gave it to oh man.
All right, hold on. It's loading up here.
Heck yeah. I heard,
since it's all about Dave, I still have that 20 for shaving his beard on live.
There it is.
Look at this thing. I'm not shaving. This thing is glorious.
Hear this tab.
Yeah. I still have that 20.
Let me know if you guys
gotta up the amount.
Can you hear that?
Nothing.
Can't hear it.
No. All right.
Q automatically hates it.
All right.
You're killing me small. Yep.
Can't hear it.
Nope. Can you hear it, Q?
Yeah, I could hear it. I gotta do something here because there we go.
I've learned.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's try it now. Can you hear it?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Right, now we gotta do this.
There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Pull up a chair. We just talking. Yeah. We just chewing the fat, kicking it back. Cap Q, Gregory, DT on the track. If you wanna laugh, if you wanna react, hit play, lean in. We just chewing the fat. Hot takes, headlines, no group good. Chat. Big world talk, same old hat. Feels like the couch at your best friend's flat. Same three voices, same loud laugh.
That's good.
We just chewing the fat, kicking it back. Oh yeah. Cap Q, Gregory, DT on the track. If you wanna laugh, if you wanna react, hit play, lean in. We just chewing the fat. Cap Q, Gregory, DT. That's that. Every new drop. We just chewing the fat.
That's awesome.
I like it. I was gonna joke and be like, be dancing the whole time, and then when it's done, I don't like it. Yeah, that's groovy.
Wouldn't have expected anything less.
I wonder if I can download it because I'll start.
Most of those
lyrics,
I wrote those. Those music stuff is produced by the app, but you just tell it what kind of genre you want and things like that.
Cool.
So like the chorus, like,
can you guys hear the dog?
Fat? No.
Good. Carry on. We're just chewing the fat.
Yeah, it's like that part. Captain Q, Gregory, DT, like that was me mostly, and then it fit whatever it wanted to fit in.
Well, yeah, because
the verse
is iambic pentameter, so you put our names in a
that was good. That was super cool. I got to figure out how to download it so that I can add it into our.
Pull up that
or
screen.
I can just have it. I'm going to save it.
Well, show it so you can see it.
I hit these three dots. Share. Copy link. Share to report.
There's a plus sign over here.
Add to playlist. That's a share. And then I tried down here too.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah. What's this? More?
Okay, maybe I have to. There might be a way I can do it where I can actually get the file and actually have the file.
Yeah, maybe because it's from your DT role.
Yeah. You may have other options. Let's go over here.
It's going to be in my head. Actually, that's pretty good.
It's a good one. And now let's share the screen. Boop.
Yeah.
All right. I figured we would open up the lines and take some calls.
Yeah. Take some calls. Call in.
This way.
Oh, now I'm over here.
Oh, you got it. All right. We'll mess it around.
That's me. I'm not center. No, you can put it back. I'll move the camera.
All right. You gotta move the camera. All right.
Put it back.
That way we can be. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. So we just opened up the line. Call into the show 941-404-5641. Tell us what you think about what's going on in the world, what you think was going to happen, or whatever else you want to chew the fat about. Just let's chit chat. Let's have a good time.
In the meantime, put my screen back up because I brought this up for you.
All right.
I want to, Dave Thomas, we're going to figure this out because Keanu actually put Guitar Hero on his computer and they were upstairs playing it with the PS4 Guitar Hero guitars that we have.
Hell yeah.
But
it's still in the beginning stages. They're using a Kramer guitar, which is a Gibson model.
Oh, the PS3 version. No, it's PS4.
Hey, send that via text
Guitar
message
Hero
if you
4.
can, Dave.
Okay.
Because I'm going to download it on my phone, add it to my Google Drive. Then it's Google Drive on my phone, goes to my computer. Boom, technology.
Boom.
This is the stage tour. The new, what was that? What do they call it? Rock band? That was the...
yeah, that was the other one, yeah.
Band Hero.
Band Hero, yeah.
I had the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my previous roommate gave it to me, got it for me as a gift, and then when he moved out, he took it.
All right.
New officially licensed Gibson, Epiphone, and Kramer guitars are planned for release alongside the game. Wow. Platforms. The game is targeted release on PC and consoles with Alpha testing expected in the summer of this year. But doesn't that stage tour featuring 5 fret mode, similar to Classic Guitar Hero and Clone Hero. Clone Hero, I think, is what Keanu was playing.
Yeah, that's the one that they have that you can use for custom songs that are not on their.
Is that the like it was like a rock band, but like had better more keys?
Yes.
It was that the band Hero that had like the guitar that had like 5 keys instead of the 4 or something like that, and it looked more guitar like. I can't remember.
Hold on a sec.
Hold on, dude.
Hold on.
You're talking too much, dude.
Oh, Dave follows sports. Cowboys trade Dallas, sending DT Osa to the 49ers in the 3rd round pick.
I have one of those guitars you're talking about. Keanu went to grab it so I could show it.
Yeah.
Les Paul. Yeah.
No,
the Kramer one looks awesome.
Oh, can we bring up that?
Yeah, you have the stage, Gregory. You have the stage.
Let's go.
Is this better? Whoops. No, that's not better. We want to be on the side. There we go. That's good. You got your, ooh, yeah.
All right, bring me up real quick. And that's the old one.
Oh, yeah. Look, there he is.
Okay. So it has double up and down.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
6 frets. The other one only has 5.
Oh, yeah.
Whammy bar.
Yeah, whammy bar's back.
And then the old one was just.
Yeah, that's the old one. So it did always have 5 keys, but the other one has 6 keys.
Yeah, so
look at how worn those buttons are.
Yeah.
That's a well-played Guitar Hero guitar.
Gibson. This one just has Guitar Hero.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that'll be fun. You remember
Thank you, buddy.
Do you remember the Wii and how much fun that was playing all the time? Like it gives you something to do. You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
No, that's Guitar Hero Live. That's in there. Oh, I showed you in real life, but there it is. Oh, I don't want to do that. How do I?
Ooh. All right.
Is that what the new one looks like? New Guitar Hero controller. Whoa, let me bring that up.
Bring it up.
No, it's the Kramer.
The Kramer.
Kramer Guitar Hero controller. Type it in.
Kramer. Ooh.
Oh.
That's kind of what it's.
That's sharp.
Is it not double buttons again?
No, you just read it. It said it's 5.
Okay. I like the double buttons, kinda.
Maybe, yeah.
Even though I sucked at it.
Going back to the OG, just to have some fun.
Gibson owns Kramer, so it's a Gibson.
Gibson Kramer. Kramer Gibson.
Was it called Stage?
Stage Hero or Stage Coach or
Stage Tour? I thought it was.
What was it?
Stage Tour, I think.
Oh. Kramer. There it is. That's it.
Yeah. Boom. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited.
That'll be fun. Yeah, those buttons look new and different and cool.
I mean, what else is going on? The Epstein files went back to the back burner. Thomas Massey was saying like, the war in Iran doesn't make those go away. But it, like you said, with the 3 points of power, and if you just get the agenda, you're not. It's not part of the agenda they want, so it doesn't get any news time. And then you have to. It's just a whole big game of discerning what is true. What you have to discern what is true and what's false, and then you have to discern what, and this is more on like a personal level, what do I need to know and what is just what don't I need to know, and you go, a lot of people are getting their information on YouTube and online, and you have to you have to discern, I always, they're getting off of social media, and I always look for at least 2 other places. So if I see it on Facebook or Instagram, I look, and if I can find it 2 other places, then that's, to me at least,
credible.
That's credible. Yeah. If you can't find it anywhere, you Google. Really, I Google it. So blah blah blah. And if I don't get anything, or if it's just Facebook posts that I'm getting or Instagram posts, then it's nothing. But I look for news, any kind of news, to see if it's there. The lines are open. If you guys want to talk out there, 941-404-5641. What do you think about what's going on in the world? Anything else you want to talk about it? Just open calls. Anybody. But we have our W affiliate, so in the comments you can go on there, get 10% off W, a nice energy drink powder, which I've been.
You could take Guitar Hero down.
Boom.
I got one last share when we get there.
And then we also have merch on the Shopify. I got to make some new shirts, get some new merch out there. Maybe I'll make it tomorrow. I work tomorrow and Friday, so maybe I'll make some shirts.
Put up the site for the merch we have now. Where do you go to find it?
Let me go. I could pull it up right now. Oop. I could share it.
I'll do it live.
Where am I at? There we go. That's our stuff. Got some stickers, a notebook. Those if you're writing down your thoughts. Shirt. They have a QR code on the back too. So on the shirts, some stickers, mugs. We got all. We got it all. Everything that you need. Stickers, mugs, hoodie. Which a hoodie for when it was colder out, but it's probably slowly getting warmer.
You could still wear it in Florida when it's 60 degrees because you guys get cold down there.
Because you're climatized, where 60 is like what we feel 30 here. Yeah.
I'm still where we're at.
I had a duty in Louisiana, and I was there for a month, and it was over 90 degrees, 90% humidity every day. And the cadre, which are the people that are there full time, they were like, the next day was like, who was cold last night? And everybody's like, oh my gosh, I had to put socks on. I put my PT cap on. I had to bundle up. And he goes, yeah, you want to hear the most interesting thing about that? And I was like, I know what you're going to say. And he's like, oh yeah, what was I going to say? That it was 72 degrees. And he's like, yeah, it only got to like 70, a little over 70 degrees. And you guys were cold. Because we were sleeping in tents. We were out there in the tents. But a 20-degree drop when you're used to it every minute for a week, 2 weeks straight, 90 degrees, and then it drops to the 70s. So as DT aptly said, you can sell hoodies all year round.
all year round. Because
somebody in Louisiana might need a hoodie right now.
It was like 60, and people were wearing like parkas, like North Faces. I put on a long sleeve T-shirt. Like I'm good.
I forgot about that.
I have like a Wrangler, like a Wrangler button down, like with the pockets. It's a little like rougher, a little thicker. That's what I wear when it's out like that. I'll wear that over like a T-shirt, and I'm good. That's my jacket.
Is it like almost corduroy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it. It's just a thicker, button down shirt. We got 3 people watching right now. Lines are open. Call in what you think about what's going on in the world, any predictions or whatever you want to talk about. 941-404-5641. Love to hear from you.
Really anything.
Yeah. It's an open forum.
Give us
Doesn't
a topic.
have to be political.
Yeah.
Give us a topic.
Yeah. We'll talk about some stuff. I just been on the more of the spiritual end of things watching. And that's what Laura was talking about, like the Antichrist. They say that the Antichrist is going to take the financial system. One, you would have to rule. He'd gain power through just the political and financial systems. But she was like saying something, and I thought of Lord of the Rings. I know Greg read Lord of the Rings, but there's in the movie that it said, I sent it to her, a servant of the enemy will seem fairer but feel fouler, where I feel like the Antichrist will look great, but your overall vibe, you're like, something's off. But supposedly they're going to deceive a bunch of people. And the first thing that came up to mind about that, just that quote from the Lord of the Rings, it was Frodo talking about Aragorn or Stryker at the time, that he looks like shit, but he feels like a good person. You're not getting good vibes, or your bad vibes off of him. I thought of the Charlie Kirk memorial, and it got a lot of people in, and it was saying good things, like there was Christian music playing, but it felt off. Like that would be the real life example of that quote, that it would look fair,
definitely,
and feel power. So that it was like a big, for Charlie, and then same thing. I put it on the podcast on Facebook. Like the right used Charlie Kirk's memorial to pander to their side, and then the left just used Jesse Jackson to pander their political shit. It's a memorial. All you should be saying is, hey, this guy was good. Everybody loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Next person. I have a story about this, or about a good time with them. Here it is. No political crap should be at any memorial, but because they're televised, because it's all to drum up emotion. Or they're using an emotional thing, because there's probably a lot of people, both Kirk and Jesse Jackson, that knew the person and are actually mournful for the loss. And then you get them in that state of emotion, and then you start hitting them with propaganda. They're going to take it more because they're in an emotional state. It's gonna.
That was in the points of power.
Yeah, it's all.
That's exactly one of those, and you can go back in history and find more and more and more of those. A lot of those in different dimensions.
So that would just, for me, it's always been going around this way, because that's like the question that bounces around my head. Is it been this bad this long, or are we just noticing? So I think if what you said, it's been going for a long time.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think people, there are persons, that have noticed. And as I said, or we have said, if you're a person that calls it out, if I just mentioned this to my wife in the kitchen while we were preparing dinner.
Or be more than just one thing. I would have to look, but I think it's just like it's like an allegiance. It's like an allegiance and a denouncing, and then you get this thing. And some people say it's the Neuralink. Some people they already got it in like Norway as a chip that goes in your hand that is like connected to your banking and your identity.
I said there was a test of the mark of the beast during the time when we had to wear masks. Because if you know the story, if you do not have the mark, you cannot shop, you cannot spend money, you have to you will starve, you will die, and that is your like your denouncement of the evil and proclamation to the Lord. So you are not going to take the mark of the beast, and you will end up, in heaven. And when COVID happened and everybody had to wear masks, you weren't allowed in stores. You weren't allowed to do a lot of things that you could normally do. So I said this, wow, that's like what's going on there is explaining in a different terms or whatever that story in the Bible.
Yeah.
That
there's some people, have claimed, it's Trump is the, I'm like, no, Trump's not the Antichrist, but there's been interesting words or verbiage used that he's like the Prince of Peace in his new peace council that it was used. So who knows? I mean, I have faith, and that's what you just have to have faith in. I'm not gonna buy into their system, but like I said, do we say that now? But they're tricksters. So you may like the save. It's so crazy that, and I'm so blessed to have Laura, that me and Laura have been on the same page. So I pray, and I'm blessed because I have a significant other that is our principles and our theories are aligned. But like there's ones that are like there's couples and families where they're being torn apart because one person is like, listen, they're doing demonic shit, and the other one's like, no, this is nonsense, no, like the Epstein files. A lot of people think that it was just explicit activities with young girls, but there's way much more, lot worse, allegedly, so like I'm glad that me and Laura are on the same page, because there's families that they're the house of the War of the Roses, they can't come around because they're even the era you're describing, divided families and stuff like that, where if you don't, you can't come over, it's wild. But I mean, what are we gonna do? That's all right. I have faith, and I right now, I give it all over to God's in charge. So what it will be, and no amount of worry or anxiety will do anything. So just try to enjoy the moment. And that's that. I'm going to put on Do Not Disturb. Those are my closing remarks, is just have faith, stay in the moment. No amount of worry is going to change whatever's going to happen. And let's, but just hang in there, because the good wins in the end. Gregory, closing remarks.
Well, before we do that, we got to do our fun fact or something, if that's okay.
Yeah, that is okay. That is right. We have to have a fun this day in history, or
and this day in history, and with that, I have a little story. So if you show my screen, and because of Dave Thomas, again, another way to bring it around full circle with music. You have Pink Floyd in 1967. Pink Floyd releases first single, Arnold Lane. Singer and songwriter Syd Barrett. Well, you guys know Pink Floyd. Syd Barrett? Who's Syd Barrett, right? So, and then, of course, Roger Waters, you know who that is. And there's more people, but this was Pink Floyd in 67, their first single. Syd Barrett. Have you ever heard of him, Dave Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've shared this story with you prior. I don't know if Captain Q's ever heard this story, but when Pink Floyd started out and they were playing small little venues and such, and Syd Barrett, singer, he got deep into psychedelics and drugs and stuff. He kind of went off the rails, and I believed he played guitar as well. They were like, man, we're actually gaining some notoriety here, but Syd is not helping us. So they tried to bring him back, tried to get him going before, signing on and all that stuff, and being Pink Floyd, today. But they would play these venues, and so they would practice, they would do whatever, and then Syd would get going and play some other song in the middle of them playing a song. So what they decided to do was just turn him off. Well, he kind of figured it out, kind of made a stink, and then they were like, look, we got this gig coming up, and we got people in the audience. Things we're starting to get somewhere. Let's not tell them where the gig is, and let's just go play this gig.
I remember.
And they got a different singer, they got a different guitarist and everything. And somebody was like, hey, I'll see you Saturday. That's awesome. And Syd was like, what? I'm not playing. Yeah, you guys are playing at the, the Ryman or whatever. And then he just showed up and realized what they had done. They had kicked him out. So he would go show up at every gig for a while and just stand straight faced and just stare at them in the audience, and they would have to play, and crazy Syd Barrett would be out there just staring them down. So I found that on today's history. So today, March 11th, their first single, and there's this Syd Barrett. Most people don't know who that is. Of course, Dave Thomas knows who it is.
Yeah, because he was only the very, very beginning.
Yep. I don't think he was ever, except for this single, probably just credited.
Yeah.
I mean, we could deep dive, but that's the fun story of Syd Barrett of Pink Floyd.
That's a good one. I've heard that one.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to our audience?
We've been talking about this, my wife and I, about we've noticed a uptick in people wanting to find faith and finding their way to the Lord and to some guidance, because there's so much in AI and all the fake videos. What's that?
It's dark, a lot of it.
The muddied waters. It's you're questioning everything, and sometimes wrongfully, like, no, that's a real video, or no, that's only because I saw it 10 years ago when there was an AI, that I know that's a real video, but it seems fake because it's so crazy or whatever. And so now you're questioning things that you wouldn't have normally. So you're looking for something to help guide you, which is, a faith.
Yeah.
So I at least can take some solace in that, or smile a little bit for humanity that way, in the the future of our youth and the people making decisions. Hopefully those that are there in that power can stay the course and not be corrupted.
Yeah.
As it usually happens, is they start out with great intentions, and then they want to be part of the crowd and the cool kid, and
or either they want to be, they give up their values to be part of the cool kid, or they just get buried under the weight of the machine, and they're trying to just stay true to their principles and their morals and their faith, and then they just get pushed down, and then they just get edged out.
They get corrupted by the money, the super PACs.
Yeah. Some do, yeah. But then the ones that don't get corrupted, I mean, I'm sure there's a few that aren't corrupt. Like, I don't know a lot about Thomas Massey, but he seems to be like fighting the good fight, like holding people in these videos accountable, like not starting wars. But like Sean Ryan, I think he's the one of the few voices out there that's like actively, interviewing. Like, he had Tim Tebow on talking about it. Like, he's bringing awareness to it. He may not have a lot of clout to make policy changes, but he can make awareness. Like, being aware of it is like the first step. Some people are just not. Yeah.
Identifying it as the first step. So true.
Your closing remarks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find a way to weather the storm. You got to find a way to ride that wave out. Currents change. They're never the same. But there's patterns. And as long as you can have a life raft or some form of hope or some form of thing to grab onto, you're not that lost, and you can find your way. There are still good things out in the world. It's not all bad. It's, you choose what you want to look at. You choose that direction. And sometimes you got to make that choice, and you got to make that decision. And now you have to like commit it and practice it. It's hard with all the things that are like in front of us: phones, computers, TVs, tablets. Everything's in our disposal. We can get access to all that stuff in an instant. We get alarms that notify us of things that are going wrong as in a state of emergencies. So it's hard to stay away from the stuff that they try to push when it's not being pushed and there's nothing going on. What are you going to do then? What are you going to find to latch onto then? You can't find the things now when it's all crazy and a whirlwind of nonsense, and you kind of find the common sense. They taught it first in the Bible, what's right and what's wrong, and just find that. You know what's right, and do right by you. Do right by God. Do right by a man. You know what's right already. You don't have to be forced to make any decisions. You don't have to be forced to agree with anything. More people need to stand up for what they believe, not for themselves, but for what they believe, on behalf of somebody else or on behalf of all humanity, or whoever, how it needs to be looked at. More people need to stand up. You know, these people will not stop doing what they're doing. No. And they're going to keep committing to what they've committed to. If you can commit to something that you're going to do in an action to better yourself, better the world, or better the place around you, then I think that kind of brings you to a path of peace. And if you can find that, just like Gregory was just saying, your solace, to grab onto a part of your solace, you find that, whatever that is. And if you've already found it, you know, be a good friend. You can always share it.
Yeah.
Good night.
Stephanie says, turn towards the community. Get to know your neighbors. Get involved. And I will add,
somehow.
If you go turn towards your community, if there's not a community, you can make a community. Like, you know, I'm trying with this podcast. I have the book club. I'm trying to make another community on a personal level. Like, you can make them. It's not that hard. And like the last episode, reach out to your friend, like, hey, let's get coffee. And then next week, hey, invite somebody else. And then in a month, you have a community that's meeting and talking and doing stuff. So I do like that. Get to know your neighbors too. That's the second commandment Jesus gave to, is love your neighbor as I loved you. So, and yeah, we're just so full. Yeah. Get involved somehow. I like it. Well, everybody, it's been great. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be live next Wednesday at 8:15, or that's when we're going to go, because Dave gets off of work and he's got to do some things before he gets on. So 8:15 on Wednesdays. And I hope to see you all there. And God bless.
Well, then you won't, then you rather not go. I'm going to say it to you. These three little words, and they mean that we are through.